It's a big day for the markets because we will be touching record highs, but we have to focus on individual stocks as well. Oil marketing companies are in focus, HPCL on our radar as the buzz of a merger with ONGC continues. Also, we'll be discussing the big fall that we've seen in fuel demand lately. MK Surana, the chairman and managing director of HPCL, joins us now to discuss all these issues and more. Mr. Surana, thank you for taking the time out this morning. I wanted to start with asking you about the fuel demand because we've seen a big fall in the month of February, almost to the tune of 3% on Indian oil demand itself. What could be the reason for this fall, and what is your outlook going ahead?
Yeah, good morning to you. Yes, that's correct, that in February and January there was a bit of fall in the fuels demand in the Indian market. But if you see, the negative figures have been slowly tapering on. And if in March, so far what we have seen is the HSD demand has almost leveled to the last year. And MS is just picking it up. It is around, in the February month, we are seeing an in demand, and HSD is just leveling it in March. Okay. So that is correct that it has been negative, but the negative figure is slowly tapering out. Oh. So by the end of the March, we see that HSD should about level to the last year, and MS should be around 7% or so compared to last year.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Surana, and thank you for taking this call when you're really busy. But do you think that the oil marketing companies now should have second thoughts on whether you can raise prices? Of course, at the moment, global crude prices are falling, so perhaps you may not necessarily see that pressure from crude product prices. But if they were to rise, do you think you will have the elbow room to raise prices here going forward?
Actually, the prices are dependent, as I've been mentioning earlier also, depending on the crude prices and the cracks. And with the lower crude prices, the pressure will definitely be lesser. But we do monitor these prices on day-to-day basis. And then accordingly, we adjust it with international pricing, because ultimately it derived from the international prices. But the cracks are still firm as far as the refinery side is concerned. So I think that we can watch the situation and accordingly take decisions as required.
Okay. Mrs. Surana, good morning. So, if you could tell us, because, the last 2 fortnights, there has been no revision, either on the upward side or on the downward side, on both petrol and diesel. What is the current marketing margin right now on petrol and diesel? And today we have, I'm supposing, the fortnightly review. Should we expect any kind of move?
Now, as I mentioned to you, we do analyze these results or analyze the market prices. And accordingly, we do adjust. So we'll see as it comes.
No. So what's the current marketing margin? That's what I'm asking you, sir.
It will be around 1,500 rupees a KL.
Which is lower than what you've normally seen pre-election, say about till 2 months back. It would have been 2 or 3 rupees per litre?
No, it doesn't go to that level in India because we keep on adjusting. Okay. So it will not be that.
Okay, no, I think the short point from all of us is, will you be, accommodating for lower margins, considering that there is demand resistance at higher levels? Will you only be looking at the cracks and the crude price, or will you now also have to take cognizance of demand inelasticity?
No, we need to watch out all the three. But the Indian market, the demand elasticity is not been that high. For a very marginal changes. Okay. So only if there is a big sharp fall, then only the big difference is there. But we'll see as it comes, depending on how the crude prices settles in and how the cracks move. And the demand, because as I mentioned to you, the demand is a function of something else. And the crude and crack prices are something different right now.
Mr. Surana, the other big issue that everyone's discussing is the possibility of the big merger, the ONGC-HPCL merger. Has the government moved forward on that front, and have you been informed anything about the same?
No, so far we have not started any discussions on this. As and when we have got some potential discussions, then we will let you know.
Has there any timeline been defined on when the discussions could start?
No.
Has your rank and file and you proactively approached the government as to the problems in terms of integration of companies, ranks, impact on, worker morale?
No, so far we have not discussed anything as such. So if discussion as and when it takes place, then we will let it know.
Given a choice, what would according to you be a perfect fit?
Right now, it will be incorrect for me to comment on what is a perfect set or not. But once we have some discussion and we make up some mind, then probably it will be correct to discuss. It is too premature to discuss any of this.
Okay, Mr. Surana, thank you for taking the time out once again.